Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagire here. Thanks for coming. Today's video is something that I found quite interesting. I wanted to share with you guys because I am this person that is always so positively happy when I come across videos of pumped people, them people calling out their own on their BS, on the things they do to other people, but come out to pretend like they are the saviors of the world. But yeah, guys, watch to what this lady had to say. Come back and let's say a few things about it.
But the truth is, it's a million miles from the reality of EU-Africa trade policy as it exists now, because our economic relations with Africa are simply a continuation of European colonialism, perpetuating exploitation by other means. Africa trades more with Europe than it does with itself. It's portrayed as a poor continent, but actually it's the richest. It's just that the people there are denied the fruits of their land and their labour by unequal economic relations, by unfair trade rules, by illicit capital flights into the Western banks, and by multinational corporations allowed off the leash by Washington, London and Brussels.
I don't think you'd have to be a genius to know that the last thing the Horn of Africa needs is more foreign military bases, more weapons and more European meddling. What we call our strategic relationship isn't about human flourishing, it's about the EU's ambitions as a superpower. There's now a new great game in the Horn of Africa. Greater and lesser powers are pockmarking the place with military bases. France, the US, China, Germany, Japan, Italy, Saudi Arabia all have a presence in the tiny area of Djibouti alone. Mercenaries are swarming in from all quarters. The entire region is being militarized. War is in the air. And what about the people facing climate and food insecurity? None of this benefits them. We talk about instability, but we only make it worse. We flood the place with weapons, hand over the profits to European arms companies, and charge the bill to our citizens. And then with the carnage, we go back in and we do it all again. It's a racket. Strategic relationship, it's one thing after another, isn't it? Really, it's the same as it ever was. And all I can say is, God save Africa from Europeans offering help.
As you've seen in the video, that is what she had to say, and I must say I'm happy with whatever that came out of her mouth, because I mean, them people know exactly what is going on in the world. Like, I always refer to how African platforms are being taken down. It's not because we are saying things that benefit them, it's because we are saying things that benefit us. And for the longest time, they have been in situations where they control every media, every information that goes around the world, but then they know they are the ones that have been interrupting, invading, conquering. Like, they have been the ones that have been doing the most to hurt other nations, and still want to come out, pretend to be the same heroes that started the same situation. And that's why I'm so, like, I wonder why we still have military bases of them people in African countries, because it just doesn't make sense. For the longest time, ever since I was a child, I've always been hearing about peace military, UN, coming in to save African nations, especially in Congo. That's something I've really been hearing for a very long time. But till today, guys, I'm in my 20s. I'm still seeing and hearing the same statement. What is the military doing there? Which piece are they even putting there? You look into Libya. Libya was okay. Libya was fine with their leader. He might not have been maybe the perfect leader. Everyone is not perfect. But I would say Gaddafi was really doing the most to put Libya on the map. And even when you look into the African currencies, Libya still has the strongest kind of strength. The currency of Libya has strength. So it really shows you that these people always want to be on the top of the chain, that when it's not in their way, it is not okay. And that's why I'm so happy when I come across every video of Julius Malema calling them out, and also asking, why are we still having military bases, of them people in the African continent? It just doesn't make sense. Like, why?
All French soldiers and military must leave the African continent, and this also should apply to neo-colonial military bases, including the African Command Center of the USA. We don't want the army of America. We don't want the army of France here. We don't want the army of anyone. We want African army on African soil.
Tell me, why is it that we are here in Ghana, there is a military base here that American soldiers can walk in, no passport, no ID, they walk right through. If they commit crimes, they rape women, they kill women, no policeman in Ghana can touch them. Why? Where is the Ghanaian military base in the United States? Where is the French military base? Where is the Burkina Faso military base in France? Where is the Nigerian military base in Russia? Every superpower is building bases throughout Africa. Where are the African military bases in those countries? As I say some of these things, it's almost like it's a joke. So we need more Traores in Africa. Nigeria said when the US government increased their visa to $250 to get a visa to go to the United States, Nigeria said, no worries, you also have to pay $250 if your people want a visa. But turn around and go to Namibia. I was shocked. Namibians pay about $170 to get a visa to go to the United States, but Americans, when they go to Namibia, nothing, zero, not a penny. Just come. Now guys, let's have a serious conversation here. Who is stupid? Whose problem is it? We are the problem. What is leadership doing? Leadership is doing nothing. Leadership is voting on sheer stupidity. Stupidity that is causing us havoc. The same people who are abusing us, taking advantage of us, exploiting us, they are laughing at us because we are jokers. What are we doing in our parliaments? And that is why you see what's happening in Burkina Faso, what's happening in Niger, what's happening in Mali. The youth are saying, now we know. Now our eyes are open. Now we know who the real problem is. Yes, we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. However, we also know that our leaders could stop it. So yes, it is that the youth are rising. The youth are saying, you leaders, if you do not do the right thing, we will replace you. So we need more Traores in Africa. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. The youth of Africa are sick and tired of being sick and tired. The issues of the root must be addressed. World Bank must stop giving us frivolous loans. World Bank must treat Africa fairly. Ours is a simple ask. We are simply saying to the world, we demand Africa that can be treated fairly, an Africa that can be treated as equals on the world stage, an Africa that is free of racism, bigotry, and hate. Our ask is a simple one. Our position is of stating the facts, stating the truth, constants that do not change. We're simply asking that the world does unto us what they would want done unto them. Anybody that has an issue that Africa has taken is somebody who is under earth. We want a peaceful world. We want a world that is just. And that is all we are asking. That is all our children are asking.
If there's one thing that we should always be very, very, very mindful of, is calling out our leaders. Because I always say, guys, Africa's freedom now is not in the hands of the colonizers, but in the hands of us as people and our leaders. No colonizer, no, like these nations that came and, took over, or these colonies that came and colonized us, of course, you understand what I mean. They are not going to come out one day and give us the freedom that we are thriving for. It's not going to happen, because at the end of the day, when Africa gets its freedom, that means the trade system is going to change, the financial system is going to change, the social system, political system is going to shift to come to the African people. And it's not something that these Western countries are always or are ready for. And that's why you see they are silencing a lot of African stations, African channels, or even trying to penetrate the African satellites, because they want to still push their own narrative of how they are the ones that literally did everything good, how everything has to be in their face and in their favor, you know, that now in a time where there is internet, where everyone can access information, it's draining them in a way, which I kind of like to see, because news is different now. Like, it's no longer censored like in the times of before. Like, now you can see things and you start questioning as an African child. You're like, but wait a minute, I've been hearing Congo, UN going to Congo since I was a child. Why is it still happening? Wait a minute. Gaddafi was in Libya. There was no war. Why is there still war since he died? Who made it? Who made that happen? So the more we ask those questions, it makes us start to educate ourselves and really get the true information, which, of course, these other nations do not want that information to get out. So when I say that, at this point in time, it's mostly us as a people to start educating ourselves and really teach the young generation. Guys, I can say that I'm trying to learn some few things, you know, but I think the young generation of Africans that are coming up, as you know, Africa is going to have a very big population in the years of 2030, 2050, the years to come. The world of the Western people is scared. And so we need to teach this young generation of Africans that you need to love your country. Yes, it's okay to trade with these other groups of people. Like, I will not come here and say we should not work with them. We should, and it's in the world that we live in. You know, we are intertwined, but are you able to love yourself as an African? Are you able to stand up and really stand on your ground when you say something? Are you able to fight for what you believe in? Like, that patriotism is something that I say we lack in the African continent because of the neocolonialism that is still going on with the education, with the political system, with the financial sector, with even agriculture. Guys, I'll do a video of how Kenya is forcing seeds on Kenyan farmers. Those are things that we should be questioning, like, why are you even not letting farmers, you know, do what they know, you know, those kind of things. So I really appreciate when I come across videos where white people themselves, our African people themselves, are coming out and looking at the roots, are still looking at the problems that are still making us stay in the positions that we are in. And those are our leaders at this point in time, going, signing contracts behind our backs, not really giving the full context or the true information of what is in those contracts. And like I say all the time, I don't even know if our leaders really read those contracts when they are given to them. It's like they sign out of excitement, but that excitement is costing us and our future descendants of the African continent. So it just really doesn't make sense. So, you know, I just really appreciate coming across these kind of videos, and of course I want to share them with you guys so I can hear some of your opinions on what you think about this. But yeah, that is it for me in the video. Thanks for listening and watching. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe. I appreciate the super chats and the members. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.